Do you know? About 7% of the CEOs make $150,000 more than the other 93% of the CEOs. Do you know why is that? I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to reveal that in this particular video, that how those 5 to 7% of the CEOs make $150,000 more per annum. By the way, if this is the first time you tune into my channel, my name is Darashikoh. I'm a voice coach, voice artist. I'm also the founder and the CEO of the company named The Voice Lab. I'm also a TED speaker. I'm also someone who basically companies and individuals and corporate professionals reach out to when they have difficulty in closing the sales or making the new leads or expanding the business. So let's get right into it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that, because that's going to motivate me like anything. And I can guarantee you one thing, that every time you come to this channel, you're going to find something absolutely new, something which would absolutely add some value to your knowledge bag. Now, let's get started. What do you think that might be? What do you think that particular skill might be? Some of you probably would think it correctly, and by the way, if you give that correct answer in the comment section, you're going to get the free access to my Udemy course, which is being sold to over 65 countries to about 500 plus professional students. If you're thinking that it has something to do with the public speaking, if you're thinking that it has something to do with the communication skills, probably selling skills, let me break the ice to you. It has everything to do with all those things. Yet, there's one thing which is common in all these three things, and probably other things that you mentioned in the comment section. You see, what happens that since the beginning of this video, my voice has changed a lot of variations. My voice, the modulation, the pitch, the frequency, the cadence, the pauses, everything adds value. Everything keeps the viewer stuck to the screen. Everything adds a little bit of spice to that entire knowledge thing that is being transferred to yourself. Why do you think those CEOs are making a lot of money? Why do you think they're making $150,000 more? It's because they know how to interact. It's because they know how to use the right articulation methods. It's because they use the voice effectively. Now, in this video, I'm going to tell you a small little technique which is going to make a huge difference in your overall vocal persona. And that actually being said, that would add a lot in your physical persona as well. So, a lot of times people tend to speak really fast. We know that. We know that it's not the right thing to do. Yet somehow we give in to our emotions and we got carried away. We get excited, we get probably sad, we sometimes get a bit angry as well. Whatever emotions you're feeling, it has direct impact on your breathing. And I cannot put a lot of emphasis on this, but your breathing would eventually have a lot to do with the voice. If I don't take pauses the way I am taking right now, trust me, my vocal cords wouldn't have a lot of space. They don't get a lot of rest in between, and my voice starts to squeak. Have you ever seen a CEO with a squeaky voice? I doubt it, but if you have, let me know in the comment section. The reason why CEOs don't have the squeaky voice is because they actually take a step back every time a situation comes in front of them. An average person tends to get onto their feet and get excited and get proactive approach and get, extremely passionate about something because they want to show it to the other person that they are capable of doing well. The CEOs on the other side, they already have reached the epitome of success. Depends the definition of success here. How do they sound so amazingly well? First thing, they focus on their breathing. They actually talk very, very slowly. Not extremely slowly, because otherwise that would be really bad. But they do speak slowly. They take their time. If a situation arises in front of them, they take a moment, they take a step back, they breathe, and then they respond. An average manager, an average person, average supervisor, average colleague of yours, they react in every situation. So in order to absolutely define your vocal persona and bring the best thing out of it, you need to learn how to respond and not to react. When you start responding, you will eventually start giving more time to your thoughts to become more articulated and defined. In that way, the other person gets the signal, two signals. The first one, the person who's listening to you would now have the time to absorb the things that you have told them so far. And the second thing that person would immediately think is that you are giving them respect. respecting their time, giving them the undivided attention, are not rushing into things, but taking your time. Another thing that you can do in order to sound more powerful and sound more like a top level CEO is to do certain exercises. For example, one of the brilliant exercises that I can actually tell you right now is you can do the humming. People take it very lightly. They say, no, it has nothing to do with that, but it has everything to do with the resonance of your voice. And I'm going to demonstrate it to you right now. So what I want you to do right now, unless and until you are driving a car, well, you can actually do that while driving a car, but what I want you to do is to start humming. But there are ways to hum. For example, if you hum normally like this, and you put your hand on your throat, you will feel that vibration. If you close your mouth and clench your teeth as well, like this, now you will feel the vibration going down towards your chest. And when that happens, your sound becomes more mellow. It becomes more warm. It becomes more charismatic. If you open your teeth but close your mouth like this, and now you do the humming, for example, you will feel the vibration in the mask area. These three sorts of resonance boosters would absolutely be the game changer. Now, for instance, you're about to deliver a speech, probably a presentation in front of the investors, or probably in front of your juniors or the board of directors, or probably there are some other stakeholders involved. What I want you to do is to basically take a moment, a few seconds, probably a minute to the max, and start humming. But do this in private. Why? Because you don't want to hum in front of the stakeholders. But when you do that, that would add a lot of charisma. That would add a lot of resonance to your voice, a lot of warmth to your voice. And I've read it somewhere that people do get attracted to you when they see or hear, or they actually can listen to two things in your voice. One is your competency, the level of competency that you have. And two, level of warmth in your voice. You add those two flavors together, people are going to stick with you for a very long time. Now, in order to sound really powerful, in order to sound absolutely well-articulated, C-level professional, you got to focus on your breathing. You got to take a moment, not to react, but to respond. You do the humming before doing these presentations, and you'll witness the magic. Once again, I'll take the opportunity here to thank you that if you stick right to the end, and if you have, drop me a comment, charisma, and I will send you a small little booklet, which is absolutely free of charge for you because you've came all the way to the end. That'll give you a lot of information about how to become more charismatic, not charismatic. Thank you very much.